What if I told you, one of the most famous buildings on Earth has been under construction for more than 140 years, and still isn't finished? A church so strange, so detailed, and so mysterious, that some people believe it hides secret codes, religious prophecies, and even messages about the end of the world. Why did its creator die before seeing his masterpiece completed? Why do some people call it God's architect's impossible dream? And could this building be hiding symbols that most visitors never notice? Today, we uncover the untold stories, theories, mysteries, and secrets of La Sagrada Familia. And trust me, the strangest part comes at the end. In the heart of Barcelona stands a structure unlike anything else in the world, La Sagrada Familia. At first glance, it looks almost unreal. Its towers stretch toward the sky like giant sandcastles melted by time. Strange carvings cover every surface. The inside feels less like a church, and more like stepping into a magical forest. But here's the shocking truth. The church you see today was never supposed to look like this. Construction began in 1882, and the original architect planned a traditional church design. Then, a year later, everything changed. A young architect named Antoni Gaudí took over the project, and he completely transformed it. Gaudí didn't want to build an ordinary church. He wanted to create something so breathtaking that people would feel closer to God just by looking at it. He once said, "The straight line belongs to men, the curve belongs to God." And suddenly, nothing about this building was ordinary anymore. Look carefully at La Sagrada Familia. Does it even look man-made? That's because Gaudí believed nature was God's perfect architecture. Instead of flat walls and ordinary pillars, he designed columns that look like giant trees. The ceiling resembles a forest canopy. Windows flood the church with rainbow-colored light, almost like sunlight filtering through leaves. But this wasn't just artistic imagination. Gaudí studied nature obsessively. He examined snail shells, honeycombs, tree branches, mountains, even animal skeletons. Some historians believe he spent years trying to discover what they called God's geometry. He believed mathematics hidden in nature could reveal divine perfection. And that secret became embedded into every inch of the church. Here's where things become truly mysterious. La Sagrada Familia is filled with hidden symbols. Some are obvious, others are almost invisible. For example, the church is designed with 18 towers. But why exactly 18? Because each tower represents an important religious figure. 12 for the apostles, 4 for the gospel writers, 1 for the Virgin Mary, and the tallest of them all, Jesus Christ. But there's something stranger. On one section of the church, there's a mysterious mathematical square. A puzzle made of numbers. No matter how you add them, across, down, or diagonally, the result is always 33. Why 33? Because according to tradition, Jesus was 33 years old when he died. Coincidence? Probably not, but conspiracy theorists believe there may be deeper meanings hidden in the numbers. Some claim secret codes are buried in the architecture itself. Others think Gaudí intentionally designed spiritual puzzles waiting to be solved. To this day, no one knows every secret hidden in the building. The strangest mystery may not be the church, but the man who built it. As Gaudí grew older, he became completely obsessed with finishing La Sagrada Familia. He gave up wealth, luxury, even his appearance. Eventually, he lived almost like a monk inside his workshop. Many people say he barely cared about anything except the church. Friends worried he was sacrificing his entire life for something he would never see completed. And tragically, they were right. In 1926, Gaudí was struck by a tram in Barcelona. But something heartbreaking happened next. Because of his old clothes and poor appearance, people mistook him for a homeless man. He reportedly received delayed treatment. Days later, he died. Only a small portion of his masterpiece had been built. Before his death, Gaudí allegedly said, "My client is not in a hurry." He meant God. You might think the story ends there. But the church faced another disaster. During the Spanish Civil War, angry revolutionaries stormed the site. Parts of the church were damaged. And worst of all, many of Gaudí's original blueprints and models were destroyed by fire. Imagine spending decades designing the world's greatest masterpiece, only for your plans to disappear forever. For years, people feared the dream was dead. How could anyone finish the church without the architect's plans? But workers searched through broken fragments, burned pieces, tiny remains of Gaudí's designs. And somehow, they rebuilt the vision, almost like solving the world's biggest architectural puzzle. La Sagrada Familia has become famous for one unbelievable fact. It has been under construction for over 140 years. Wars delayed it, money shortages slowed it, technology limitations created problems, and many people started joking that the church was cursed. Some locals believed it would never be completed, ever, but modern technology changed everything. Architects began using computers and 3D modeling to understand Gaudi's impossible designs. And now, the church is finally closer to completion than ever before. Yet one mystery remains. Would Gaudi even approve of the modern version? Some critics argue today's architects are guessing. Others believe they are faithfully continuing his dream. The debate continues. For years, builders hoped to finish La Sagrada Familia by 2026. Exactly 100 years after Gaudi's death. Many believed it would symbolize the completion of his lifelong mission. But delays, global events, and construction challenges pushed the timeline back. Still, every year, millions visit the unfinished masterpiece. And strangely, many say its incompleteness is what makes it beautiful. It feels alive, still growing, still evolving, as if the church itself refuses to stop telling its story. So, is La Sagrada Familia simply an unfinished church? Or is it something far stranger? A giant puzzle filled with hidden symbols? A monument to obsession? Or perhaps the greatest mystery ever carved in stone? Maybe the biggest secret of all is that after more than a century, the story still isn't over. Would you visit La Sagrada Familia? And what mystery should we uncover next? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe for more untold stories, forgotten mysteries, and secrets hidden in history.